It's like diesel powered or?
No, carbide, well, it looks like gravel.
Yeah.
And when water drips onto it, it makes it a acetylene gas. The old acetylene gas torches.
Yeah.
Basically, you're wearing a torch on your head.
Yeah.
If you ever watched the old coal mining movies, the old ones, they wear a metal helmet, they have a big reflector, and it shoots out a flame.
Yeah.
That's a carbide lantern.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely no ocean back then, I guess.
Yeah, not so much. We like to have a little bit of fun, so put that there. You can take a picture, show your friends what you found.
Conquistadors, yeah.
That's looking beautiful.
Now over here, you have to overlook the buckets because we're working on a tunnel just around the corner here. But this drops down into a spring. Now, right now, because we're going through a drought, the water just barely even trickles through.
Yeah.
But in the wetter seasons, it just roars through.
Yeah, I think I see some water.
Yeah, you can see a little bit right there. But we have 3 springs and a lake in the lower part.
Wow.
There's an entire room underneath all of this right here. Of course, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to shine my light on the floors. I want you all to see the floor is flat and the ceiling is also flat. So I'm going to turn off my light. And then as we go through here, watch your heads and watch your steps. But imagine exploring the cavern in this kind of lighting condition.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure that's on your caving trip, you probably brought your own lights.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you have an idea of how dark caves can really get.
Yeah.
If all these lights went out all of a sudden, it'd be so dark down here, you can put the palm of your hand on the tip of your nose and wiggle your fingers. Yep, you'd never be able to see it.
Yeah, I lived in this place called Okinawa, and there's a lot of caves there. And that was, yeah, like, it's not nowhere close like this. Because, like, the rock formation is, like, very different. So the earth is, like, a lot more darker. I think it's, like, a limestone. You said limestone caves, right?
I think a lot of those are maybe volcanic.
Volcanic, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of volcanic activities over there.
We're working on this area right now because we want to open this area up for y'all to go into. Hopefully next year it'll be done, but that is where we think the treasure is.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun stuff going on. The wall on the back to the right, in the wet seasons, there's a waterfall that flows down there.
Yeah.
I got my curiosity up, so I grabbed my teams, climbed up through the waterfall, the little opening in the ceiling, and discovered a couple little rooms.
Yeah.
So it gives us opportunity to do some more exploring. Now it gets much more exciting because this drops down into another spring.
Yeah.
We had another really severe drought back in 2012, 2014. This is when a lot of the rivers around here were drying up. The lake tables went way down. The water table dropped.
Okay.
We got down here, we're looking around. We found symbols carved in the wall.
Yeah.
Now what we found looked like a candy cane, had an eyeball there and a squiggly line above the eyeball.
Yeah.
We interpreted that as turn around, look underneath the water.
Yeah.
We were not standing in the water, so I turned around, I looked where the eye was pointing. There's a little space between the floor and the wall.
Yeah.
You look in that little space, there's a little room with a long pool of water.
Oh, yes.
So we immediately started digging down to open up that entrance. We found this very, very old wood that just encased in the clay. It's falling apart as we were taking it out. Before we could open up big enough to get into, the rains came in, the water table rose. It has been flooded almost since then. Now, you know, we've gone through kind of a drought outside.
Yeah.
We're still going through a drought inside the cave. The water continuously is going down.
Yeah.
In the spring of 2022, at the end of it, we did some excavations, and for the first time ever, the water receded just enough. It revealed the top portion of a hidden water tunnel.
Yeah.
So if that water keeps going down, we're pushing through. That's where we think the treasure
Oh,
is.
okay.
You're talking about like pumping it out?
We tried.
Okay.
We pumped it all the way into a spring in the front, but it just comes right back here. Now, but I mentioned that we had bats in here, so we're very, very excited about those. We have not had bats on the trail here in a few years. The bats are in their hibernation state, so we don't want to disturb them. So watch your heads here. Get this over out of here.
Bye.
If you stand just this way, just a touch so you can get a good light. See, get better. Yeah, you can go look down just for the light.
It's live.
Yeah, he's alive.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, Lily.
This bat right here, by the end of this year, the U.S. Game and Fish is going to declare him on the endangered species. So it is an endangered species. By the end of this year, they'll have their official designation.
Okay.
This type of bat does not like to hang in a big group or a colony. It's a solitary bat, so that's why you see them prodigally throughout the cavern. Now, this is not a baby. It's not an adult. It's a juvenile. And, of course, they hibernate during the way into the winter. These are insect-eating bats. Each one of these little bats, I just did a research paper on those. Each one of these little bats can eat 1,000 to 1,200 insects per night per bat.
Oh.
And that's every hour.
Yeah.
We'd like to have them around because we don't like to have mosquitoes and bats so much. But it does a lot of other things for our populations because bats eat so many insects. It reduces the amount of chemicals and everything for farmers to put on their fields. So we really like to have bats around.
Yeah.
So we'll go back there later. I'll take you back here.
Ooh, that's a long way.
Yeah, but watch your step. It will be a little.
Okay, yeah, sure.
slippery, so be careful. Oh, my light went out. Okay. Just watch your step there. So is this kind of what y'all were expecting, or is this a little different?
I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, no, it's yeah. I'm glad I came. I just say it was that.
So what do you think of your first cave?
Oh, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Right before the Discovery Science Channel came up here, we found another part of the cavern back there. We have to do some more work to get into to more of it. Watch your heads up here. Now, of course, as we go through this area, make sure you watch your heads and steps. I'm gonna let you all lead us in this little room right there. Watch your heads, watch your step. When you get in there, look up in the ceiling and you'll see a real pretty formation. That's the heart of the cavern. At this point, we're standing 120 feet beneath the mountain.
Ooh. Wonderful.
Now, the heart up there, the
That's
reason why we
wonderful.
call that the heart, it has nothing to do with the middle or the center of the cavern. It's an old caving tradition that if you find a new room, whoever finds it gets to name it. So somebody a long, long time ago looked up there and said it looked like a heart. So that's just how it kept its name.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, the cavern does continue off to the right and to the left,
Yeah.
but this is as far back to this side we go to.
Cool.
This is amazing. Oh, that's so nice.
Here, I'll hand you my light. You can't go in there, but shine that light back there. That is another way to get into a passage we call
so
the
long.
16-mile tunnel.
16 miles, huh?
Now, I don't believe it really goes 16 miles.
16 mile.
Eh?
16 mile.
16 miles?
Yeah, we don't really think it goes 16 miles. It's the name of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I've never seen the end of it in almost 29 years.
Yeah.
You belly crawl through about 10 or 12 feet and it opens up into a huge canyon passage. The ceiling height is about 30, 35 feet tall. So it's incredible back there.
Wow.
That's just gonna make you want to go crawling around. Watch your heads here. We're talking about the carbide lanterns. Okay, directly above you. You know, before they had all these lights and everything inside the cavern, they'd pull one of those carbide lanterns off and they'd burn arrows into the ceilings or walls and point them to the entrance of the cavern. This was done probably in the very, very early 1900s. Wow. Could be as early as the 1800s, late 1800s, but I think it's probably the early 1900s. So if you see more of those, that's kind of what they're from. Now, sometimes they got lost, so you see the arrows in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's holding up, over these years.
Oh yeah, it looks like we just did that last night.
Yeah.
Watch your heads here. I just kind of watch your step. I'll let you lead here. Just watch your on the handrails. Just watch your step. You're fine.
Yeah.
Remember, there's that bat off to the left. y'all notice that rock right there, formation behind you? I've had a lot of folks tell me it looks like the bottom of a sunken
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
So we call it the Titanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Use that imagination, you'll just see all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
This path we're getting ready to go to, from our waist down, was all hand dug.
Yeah.
George Dunbar and his crew of 4 guys dug this down so they could lay rail tracks and get donkeys and ore carts through. Now, since y'all live in Arkansas, have you ever had a chance to dig a hole in Arkansas?
No.
Okay, it's pretty tough. There's a lot of hard rocky
Yeah.
clay. So it's pretty difficult. You can appreciate how much work that is.
Yeah.
We have a dig site up here around the corner we're very, very excited about. There's part of the cavern up here that no human has ever seen before.
Okay.
And we know it's there. It'll be about 3 times the size of the council room. I'll show you why we know that.
And you find all that through like the imaging technology.
Well, we use the old school technology on this one.
Yeah.
But the LiDAR and stuff, it doesn't penetrate through rocks.
Yeah.
The lasers just will measure
Yeah.
where the rocks are.
Yeah.
Incredibly accurately.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cause I've used like ground penetrating radar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was in the Marines, so we had to.
Sure.
So like, yeah, that was like honestly like mind blowing. Yeah.
Well, if you go to our website, there's Tim Williams. He's the one that developed they call him the LRL man.
Yeah.
It's kind of a poor man's ground penetrating radar is what it is. And that's what we found, the rail tracks in the council room and saw some of them come through the parts of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You can plug radiometers into this. You can do different types of 2-box metal detectors, anything that'll send a signal down that you can plot out and make a grid. But this is all old school. The reason why we know there's something back here is because if you look along the wall, it looks like a big crack.
Yeah.
Right, this is a joint where 2 plates of the rock have come together.
Yeah.
All right, now kind of think of like this as a jigsaw puzzle because it's going straight back and I'm going to angle that way.
Yeah.
Behind me and around the corner, there's several more joints heading this direction.
Yeah.
So now when all these joints are intersecting, it's going to be an open space or a room. So by measuring the angles and distances between those, it'll give you an idea of how big this room could be.
Yeah.
Now we believe this room is going to be 3 times bigger than the council room.
Yeah.
So we want to get back to her. This is our first attempt. We have another attempt around the corner.
So when you do your project management, like how do you like